What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of my hip hop review. Before I start, I want to make a couple announcements. First, I want to say rest in peace to Mr. B.B. King. From what I read today, he died. Actually, I think he died last night in his sleep. Rest in peace to him. You know, he has laid the foundation for blues for arguably longer than most people expect. Though, you know what I'm saying? Definitely one of the greatest blues lyricists, one of the greatest guitarists of all time. A legacy will always live on. Rest in peace to B.B. King. And second and lastly, I want to say my condolences for the Boston victims. I know it's about like 2 years late. I think about 2 years late, but you know, that Boston killer, he has a death sentence and he rightfully deserves it too. I know it's kind of bad saying that someone deserves death, but at the same time, you know, what he did was pretty messed up to like a lot of families and stuff like that. So I gotta say my condolences to the Boston Marathon people, and just keep your heads up. Other than that, let's get started. Yes. The album you guys are about to hear today, what I'm about to review today, is this. Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp a Butterfly, released in 2015, this year. I've been waiting to review this album since it came out, basically. I just actually got this last week too. And you know, everybody has been saying very good album. Very, very good album right here, but I'm gonna get into that in a minute. You guys should know who Kendrick Lamar is. I already reviewed his Section 80. His first like album, Section 80. I reviewed that like last year sometime. And I said that was a very good album, you know. I believe the album's actually out of print, I believe so. So yeah. Okay, and then after Section 80, you know, he was getting like a lot of buzz like in their like music business. And you know, 2012, he actually released Good Kid, Mad City, which I actually talked about the album. I believe I talked about the album last week in one of my CD collections. And that album, that was a very, very good album, highly acclaimed album. Like between 2012 and 2013, you could not go anywhere without somebody bumping this album in their car and stuff like that, you know. Like, it was known for songs like Poetic Justice. It was known for songs like Swimming Pools Drink, Sing About Me, I'm Down of Thirst. Like, albums, like songs like that, you know. It was like a coming of age tale. And yeah, that was coming of age tale. And you know, also around that same time, he's actually making plans to do a collab album with J. Cole. And you know, them in the studio lately, and yeah, you know, they're making plans to do the collab album at the moment. And also 2013, his career, like, he was appearing on a lot of people's albums. He appeared on like J. Cole, Born Sinner, Eminem's Marshall Mathers 2, Schoolboy Q's album, like, that Schoolboy Q album actually came out, I think, 2014, but anyway. But then, like, his career really changed forever, like, in that same year, because Big Sean, he actually put out this song called Control, which was actually supposed to be in his 2013 album. I forgot the name. I think it was like Hall of Fame, something like Hall of Fame, yeah. And so that specific song, it couldn't make it to the album due to sample clearances. So he actually put it on his Twitter, and this song was called Control. And basically Kendrick was like making his name. He was saying like, he was basically battle rapping on his song, and like a lot of people, that verse was like basically the most talked about hip hop verse of 2013. And it got him like a lot of good review and got him a lot of flack, something like that though. You know what I'm saying? And so, fast forward to 2014, he actually put out his song called "I." And you know, I gotta be honest with you guys. When I first heard that song, I was not a big fan of it. I'm sorry. I know. A lot of fans gonna hate me for this, but I was not really a big fan of "I" like that. And that's the thing I noticed about Kendrick though, cause when he put out "Swimming Pools Drink," that one song from Good Kid, Mad City, I wasn't a big fan of that. Damn. I wasn't a big fan of that song too, but at the same time, like I gave it a few listens and I actually pretty like the song. That was actually one of my favorite songs off Good Kid, Mad City. Well, this song "I" is like he actually redid this song a little bit on this album. I'm gonna get to that in a moment. But other than that, yeah. So yeah. So after that was like the only song he put out like in 2014, and we had to wait till like fast forward to 2015, like early 2015 after he won the Grammy for "I." He put out his next thing called "The Black of the Berry," which was a very, very big song at the time. Like everyone was talking about that song, and he promoted like a lot. Like he was on the SNL, and you know he went to South Africa, which I will get into that in a moment too. And then you have this album, "To Pimp a Butterfly." I'll be right back. Sorry about that. That's how you have this album. Okay, first of all, love the album art. You know, very, very revolution in a way. You know, have all these people here, like basically all these cats here. You know, like celebrating like revolution in front of like the White House. Oh, another thing too, I actually got this from Walmart, and this is actually the clean version of the album. I was like, I didn't really give a fuck because I've been wanting this album so bad. So, and this is the album art too, you know. See, it's Kendrick chilling with some of his dudes up here. Got some producers and stuff like that. You see, right? This dude's right. Yeah, very, very dope album pictures right here. Okay, singles I was known for are "I," "The Black of the Berry," and "King Kuda." And producers include Dr. Dre, he executive produced this, Anthony Top Dog Tilf, Boy Wonder, Terrence Martin, Dave Free, Flying Lotus, Cause, it's not Knowledge, Lawrence Dobson, Love Dragon, Reiki, Ronald Flipper Colson, Soundwave, dope producer right there, Tay Beast, Taz Arnold, Pharrell, Thundercat, Tommy Black, Willie B, and Warray. And a label was on Top Dog, Aftermath, and The Scope. Guest appearances include George Clinton, Thundercat, Bilal, Anna West, Snoop Dogg, I would say Thundercat, James Fauntleroy, Ronald Isley, Rap City, and that's it. And now we about to jam into the album. Oh, just a little disclaimer. For some strange reason, somebody is really like, I think somebody is flagging my videos, and like I can't really play songs as long as I wanted to play. I don't, cause like YouTube is like fucking bullshit, and it's like they be like blocking my videos on certain countries and stuff like that. Cause like somebody's flagging my videos. Whoever's flagging my videos, you're fucking dick for that shit, you know? Cause like I don't know. So I'll play some song, but it's not gonna be. It's probably about like 25, 30 seconds, you know. Yeah. First song is Wesley's Theory featuring George Clinton and Thundercat. Love the sample, that little "Every Nigga's a Star" sample. Um, Pretty much sets the whole tone for the song and basically the whole album. And what I got from the song, like he's talking about like pimping up a butterfly, and by butterfly he means basically African Americans. He means basically African Americans too. How we always getting pimped by the entertainment industry and basically by the media. And the name Wesley's Theory, I believe it's talking about Wesley Snipes, because you know Wesley Snipes, he's been in trouble, like, you know, with the whole tax controversy back in, like, I believe it was 2006, 2007, and he was like in prison for like years until he came out. He came out of prison, I think, last year. Yeah, and you know it's been crazy. And he also talks about like how he calls the rap game really his first girlfriend, and how in the first verse he's talking about like the cockiness of himself when he was being signed, and you know the second verse he's talking about the more political side of the song, where he's talking about how Uncle Sam is tricking us in the government. You know, he's tricking us and he's making us believe that just because we're rich and famous, that everything's all fine and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But it's not really the truth. Anyway, that's what I got. That's what I got from Wesley's Theory. And now, track number 2 is For Free Interlude, and you know, it's basically an interlude, but at the same time, it's a song too, where it kind of begins like I played that in the beginning of the review. By the way, it kind of begins with like this girl speaks talking shit, saying something like "fuck you, you ain't shit," you know what I'm saying? Like you just an ordinary motherfucker and shit like that. And Kendrick basically says, "This dick ain't free." And he's like, one thing this song is the way Kendrick's flow is in this song. You know, it has like that jazzy scatting flow, and he wasn't the first rapper to use that. Like the first rappers to really use that was like this group called Freestyle Fellowship, which was like one of my favorite hip hop groups, basically from that era, like I think the early to mid '90s, and it was like flip over people's heads when they heard like scatting like that, cause scatting really, it's like that fast kind of talk, like stuff like that. And you know, I think Kendrick kind of like brought that back, and you know, not a lot of people really scat in hip hop after like Freestyle Fellowship, and it's kind of a shame though, you know what I'm saying? But that's another topic for a different day. So basically, like the conversation between Kendrick and the girl is like a metaphor of how America is treating blacks, like black men in general, and how, you know, that stereotype where black men are only known to be musicians and basketball players, and that's it. But like it's like a stereotype, you know. And basically he's saying that like basically this way of Kendrick saying he's gonna be more than that. He's gonna be more of a rapper. He's gonna be like a leader of his own people, a leader of his own generation, as I should say. So that is For Free Interlude. Very dope interlude right there. Track number 3, King Kuda. Soundwave actually produced this joint. Now, this is a very dope song. Like, this is one thing that really struck me about this song was the beat alone. The beat has a nice mixture of DJ Quick's production from I think 1995 to 1998, like around that, cause like his production from the Safe and Sound and that Rhythm album, which was like two of my favorite albums from him, and it's another mixture of like Ice Cube's like Lethal Injection album, especially the songs like Bop Gun, all that. You know what I'm saying? And that's one thing about this album I love. It's like the production has like some of the beats on it has like a West Coast kind of a more West Coast feel to it, especially like mid-90s West Coast, like funky, like Amp Banks influence, DJ Quick influence production. You know what I'm saying? And that's another reason why this album is very different from what you would hear from the mainstream too. But other than that, King Kunta, as I should say, because like this song is actually named after Kunta Kinte. And everybody should know who Kunta Kinte is if you've seen Roots or if you read the novel Roots. So and it's basically a song about like empowering the blacks and empowering his generation too. Very nice song. I hear this a lot in parties and stuff like that. So King Kunta. Next song is Institutionalized, featuring Bilal, Anna West, and Snoop Dogg. This is like when like the album takes more of like a serious tone to it too. One of them I like the song mostly because the fact that like it's talking about how what I got from this is talking about how money takes control of certain people. By the way, how money always takes like the root of all evil, and it can cause you to go insane too. And Bilal is one of my favorite like singers, very underrated of his time. He's done work with like Kanye, Common. I believe he did some stuff with Jay-Z too. And what else about the song? But in my opinion, Snoop Dogg, he kind of stole the show, in my opinion. And I know a lot of people talk shit about Snoop. Like his flow and everything, bro. Just listen to like his flow on this song and the way he was rapping, like it was very, very dope. I don't know, I don't care what nobody says. He kind of stole the show. And listen to this. Once upon a time in a city so divine called Westside Compton, there stood a little he was 5 foot something. God bless the kid. Took his homie to the show, and this is what they said. Get my post to do what I'm looking. Like basically he's talking through like Kendrick Lamar and basically like describing him in a way though. And I know a lot of people talk shit about Snoop Dogg. Even I talk shit about Snoop. Like how he's kinda like more commercial for years, you know what I'm saying? But here's my thing about this. If you've been rapping as long as Snoop has, you obviously want to do like different things with your music. You don't always want to be character as a rapper. And I'm starting to really realize that now with Snoop. Like when I didn't really listen to that whole reggae album he put out, which I was like, But at the same time though, he's trying to like branch out to different things though, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of applaud that for Snoop, but at the same time, when he really like raps though, like when he really focus on rapping, that's when you gotta give the dude credit, you know what I'm saying? Next track is These Walls, which is like one of my favorite songs off this album, featuring Bilal, Anna Wise, and Thundercat. One of his most complex songs, basically, that's like one of my favorite songs. And you know, if you recall from the song "Sing About Me," I'm dying of thirst. That part where like one of Kendrick's friends got shot. He's in this song. Like Kendrick is actually with the girlfriend of the guy who shot his friend. Because the guy who shot his friend, he's in prison. And you know, it's like an affair. He's having an affair with this person's girl. You know what I'm saying? And you know, he's talking about the repercussions and the thoughts of the affair. You know what I'm saying? And you know, at the third verse, he talks directly to the shooter, and he's trying to tell him why he's sleeping with the girl. You know what I'm saying? And it's actually one of my favorite verses off this whole album. Probably my favorite verse off the song too. Very, very dope song right there. Love the beat too. Has a like melodic, smooth beat. And the next song is You. This is another dark song, another like really twisted song, you know? And it's probably like the most saddest song off this album. Alright, okay. So when he's talking about you, he's basically talking about like himself, and he's basically talking about himself, you know. And you know, this song is talking about like his self-esteem, and he said loving you is complicated and stuff like that. But by like halfway through the song, you notice how he has like a slurred kind of voice, like he's like drunk and intoxicated, it's like suicidal. And so basically, like he was basically suicidal around this part of the song. And I believe that was actually a story he talked. I think I read somewhere where the song "You," he was contemplating suicide. Too, I have to find the interview of that. It was actually a very good article I read. Yeah, this and the next song are my favorite songs off this album. And if you wonder what the next song is,
all's my life I has to fight. All's my life hard times like bad trips like Nazareth, I'm f***ed up, homie, you f***ed up. But if God got us, then we gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright. We gon' be alright.
yes, it's alright. And you know, this is a Pharrell producer's beat. And this and You are my favorite songs. While You is like a more sad and more depressed term, Alright is like more of like an uplifting kind of song, where he's talking about although we may face a lot of struggles these days, you know, it is still okay. We have to look forward. We can get past all this bullshit. That's basically what I got from the song Alright. And that was like, you know how in the beginning of the song he's like, all's my life, he used that Color Purple line, all's my life I has to fight. Like, he used that line right though, in my opinion. And what else about the song? Yeah, that's basically it, you know what I'm saying? So basically like a more uplifting kind of tone. At the same time, it's not corny at the same time. Track number 8. It's another 4CL interlude. This is like the first 4-free. I mean 4CL, like 4-free. It's basically a little short song. Alright, and when he's talking about Lucy, he's not talking about a girl, or he's not talking about, like, you know, groupie, nothing like that. Lucy is actually short for Lucifer. And Lucifer is, you also know Lucifer is another name for the devil. And so, but for sale, he's like criticizing, like, the culture that, the culture that makes us believe that we should look up to musicians and famous people, but like forget about like the activists, like, you know, like Malcolm X, Nelson Mandela. That's basically what I got. That's basically what I got for that song For Sale. Okay, so the next song is Mama. And you know, when he means mama, I think he's basically talking about like the motherland in general. But you know, mama is basically, sometimes the motherland is another name for Africa. And so mama, motherland, Africa, I kind of put two and two together. Yeah. So this actually follows after For Sale interlude. And it's basically talking about, you know, another like personal growth, and how he like he's looking at his life now, and he's like, I believe like he comes to like a full realization of himself with that song Mama. That's what I got from it, you know. Very, very dope song. Track number 10 is Hood Politics. It's another one of my favorite songs off this album. And you know, this song was actually produced by Tay B, Soundwave, and Thundercat. And I think what he's talking about, hood politics, he's talking about like when you living in the hood, you know, you gotta live and die by the hood. Like the hood is basically all you know. Surviving the hood is basically all you need to know. And he's talking about he doesn't give a fuck about anything except for what he say in the hood. And what else about it? What else about this? And at the first two, you know, he's talking about how American politics and how crooked politics can be. Whereas verse 3, he's talking about life in the rap industry, where like he although he's in the rap industry, he still has that same vibe of hood politics in him. Very, very dope song right there. I love the beat too, you know. Now this next song, track 11, is gonna blow your mind. How much a dollar cost. Like, I was re-listening to this album before I did this review, and I was listening to it closely, and this is probably a pretty good example of perfect songwriting right here. Okay, now this song features James Fauntleroy and Ronald Isley. Yes, the same Ron Isley from the Isley Brothers. Yep, that Ron Isley. And so this song, he tells a story about he's in a gas station, and he sees like this guy who looks like a crack addict, and you know, he's basically saying like the dude who looks like a crack addict, he wants to borrow $1 from Kendrick, you know. But Kendrick's like, nah, I don't have $1, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, he keeps asking for $1 until he gets mad and says, just leave me alone, you know what I'm saying? He just says, just leave me alone. And so I think the dude said something like he cost him his place in heaven. And after many reasons, Kendrick is like feeling guilty. By the end of the song, he's feeling guilty about not giving $1. But then once he sees the man again, and the man asked for $1, he said that the dude who asked for $1 was God. And when he asked him for $1, like he's feeling like bad because he's talking about he's trying to prove Kendrick's selfishness, and it's like very very like when I listened to that song, it was like very. The first time I listened to the song, I thought he was just talking about like the root of all evil, money. But if you listen close to the lyrics, he's talking about $1 can mean money can mean different things to many people, and for that time when God was talking to Kendrick, he was basically saying that the $1 can mean that just prove that you're not selfish, and to prove that you're not selfish, and you will just give to the needy and help your fellow neighbor. And then the song closes out with Ronald I kind of like praying to God for forgiveness for not helping him out. Another one of the complexness of Kendrick Lamar, and another one of the reasons why this album stands out from a lot of hip hop albums around this point. Very good song. Probably everything about the song is great. I have a lot of good things to say about it. Track number 12, Complexion, A Zulu Love, featuring Rhapsody. Now, judging from the title of the song, you should know exactly what he's talking about. He's talking about when we were, the media, it likes to paint like brown skin and dark skin people as being ugly and like being dirty, where they paint light skinned people as clean, more attractive than the brown skinned people. And like Kendrick, he's basically saying that it doesn't matter what shade you are, you're still perfect in your own way, or you're still beautiful in your own way. And so that's like another really dope song, you know what I'm saying? And Rhapsody, she stole the show. Rhapsody stole the show in my opinion. And Rhapsody, she needs to get more recognition. I'm sick and tired of, people like Nicki Minaj and Iggy Azalea, getting all the recognition as female rappers. And you have other female rappers these days who are making quality music, but at the same time though, they're not getting recognized, or because they're not mainstream enough. But I'm going off topic, but that's another topic for a different day. Next song is track number 13, The Black of the Berry. Now this was the song that everybody was raving about when this song came out. Very, very dope song right here. I'm not really gonna. I'm gonna let you all hear the song a little bit. Now this song right here is basically talking about, him being part of what he is and being part of where he came from. But at the same time, he calls himself like the biggest hypocrite of 2015. And, cause with all like the police brutality that's been going on for the past couple of years. And it's like he will mourn their death more, but he won't mourn like other people's death. he was more like other people's at that fault. Other soul people who are not as televised as, say, Trayvon Martin, for instance, you know. But that's what I got from the song, and it's a very, very, very good song. And one thing I've noticed about Kendrick Lamar is that I'm gonna tell you like a little story though. It's like when he'll put out like 2 singles, right? Like I think when he put out Swimming Pools Drink, I was only feeling that song, but then the next thing he put out was I believe it was Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe was after that one. Either that or Poetic Justice. It will like say now kind of be like, oh, okay, dog, I'm feeling him, and I have to listen to the whole album to figure out where exactly like Swimming Pools Drink fit with the whole album. And that's like, and so I listen to the whole album, and it's like it fits perfectly with the album. And like I listen to the song I, and like I said before, I'm not the biggest fan of that song. But if you listen to the whole album, you'll know why he put that song there. And I'm gonna get into when it comes out. After I'm gonna talk about this next song. The song's called You Ain't Gotta Lie. Now this song right here, You Ain't Gotta Lie, is he's really talking about how sometimes people put themselves in dangerous situations. They'll say, oh, I'm down with this, I can do this, I can do that. But they're mostly trying to do it just to fit in with the in crowd, as I should say. And he's saying that you ain't gotta lie to kick with me, just be yourself. And that's a really good song with a good message to it. Now, track number 15, I. Now, this is different from like the single version, because the single version, he used more of that Icy Butter sample. This one, it has like more louder drums. It still uses the same sample, but it's like more louder drums. It has like more of like a live performance kind of vibe to it. And that's one thing, like, I kind of like the album version more than the single version. I guess like when I first heard this song, I don't know, I got the message, but I kind of thought at the same time it was a little corny at the same time though. But it grew on me a little bit, and at the same time I still loved the song. This is still a very good song, and anybody can really jam to it. And this song actually won 2 Grammys, and he actually won 2 Grammys, and Kendrick himself said this is like his favorite song he ever wrote. So yeah, and the last song is the 12-minute masterpiece, Mortal Man. Now this is a song, there's a lot going on to it, but I'm gonna really talk about a little bit, because I can't really play this whole song, of course, people flagging me and shit. So, Mortal Man. Now, this song right here, Mortal Man, it talks about like, it was mostly inspired by his trip to South Africa. And, when he was in South Africa, that's when like the whole direction came when he was in South Africa when he did this album. Excuse me, damn, I can't talk today. And so he's like feeling more from himself, and he's basically being proud of where he came from and his race in general. And he mentions like a lot of powerful black leaders, like he mentioned Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King, and Malcolm X. But the most talked about part of this whole song was the last part of the song, And where, you know, Kendrick Lamar, he's actually interviewing none other than Tupac. And you know, Kendrick Lamar, he always looked up to Pac, like a lot of rappers too. And you may have heard him in like many songs. He'll say like misusing your influence. He's like reciting this poem, and he's actually interviewing Pac about an interview he has done, which I will post a link to that interview too. Actually, a very, very, very good interview of Pac right there. That was actually, I think that interview was done a couple weeks before he got shot. This little tribute for y'all. And yeah, he's basically breaking down the whole poem and shit like that. And you know, this album is a very, very good album. Probably so far the best hip hop album of 2015. And you know, I mean, it might be too early to say, but it's probably like the best album so far. This is the best album of the year so far. Cause like this album is just so political. Like it reminds me of something like Public Enemy was. It has like that Public Enemy mixing with a little bit of Tupac vibe to it. Like early Tupac, like Tupac lived strictly for my niggas Tupac. And he stepped his game up, you know. Like a lot of people are really like, a lot of people really love this album, and a lot of people are like really talking about this album. I see people reciting lyrics on this album. I see like this album. This album is going to define a generation. Like this is a fucking revolution right here. And you know, Kendrick Lamar, you know, everybody, you know, he's like, when he came out, he was like an underdog when he came out, and this album, he really is going to earn a lot of people's respect with this album. And I can see this album being a classic. I can see this album being a classic album, like in like 5-10 years from now. And you know what I'm saying? This is, like I said before, I can see I'm in classics 5-10 years from now. Although like most people are calling it a classic album right now, I don't really see it as a classic at the moment, because I'm gonna do a video probably next week about what I think classic albums. What I think about people who call certain albums a classic. Yeah. And like I said before, I'm gonna recommend this album to anybody. And you know, I don't think any album could match up to this year. Whichever album does, it's gonna take a miracle for somebody to really knock this album out. And for also what I read up, this actually got a 96 over 100 on. Hold on, let me see. Yeah, in Metacritic, it actually got 96 out of 100, and it's the highest rated modern album off of the site, and that's a huge accomplishment right there. So yeah, Kendrick Lamar's To Pimp Butterfly, this 2015, and thank you guys for watching this long ass review. And this is a very, very, this is a very hard review really to break down. I have to break down all the songs, and there you go. And I know, I'm sorry I couldn't play like the long songs, like songs longer, because like this whole copyright has been on my ass lately. But it is what it is, so must cop this album. And that's all the time I have. Thank you for watching me. Peace.